I'm Albert from Summer Associate Hub. So assessments have become a more and more popular tool for 2L hiring. So I'm proud to be joined by Nicole Wanzer from Morrison Forrester to talk to us about how the firms use assessments and other advice for students. So Nicole, let's start off. What is an assessment?
Hi, Albert. Happy to be here. An assessment is a tool used to evaluate a candidate's skills, competencies, and just a general match for a particular role within a law firm or an organization. It's typically involved in a series of questions or tasks designed to measure various attributes such as behavioral traits and cognitive skills.
Great. So how does your firm use the results of the assessment in the actual law student recruiting process?
Yeah, sure. So at MoFo, we use the results of the assessment to get a deeper understanding of each candidate's strengths. We use a holistic review process looking at the candidate as a whole. So the assessment results are only one of several factors. Because honestly, traditional metrics like law school rank or
Yeah.
GPA alone don't consistently predict performance as a law firm associate. And it's important to note here, the assessment data is additive to our process,
Yeah.
meaning we use it to add to a candidate's application. We do not use it as a knockout tool.
Yeah.
So we use the assessment data to help us identify candidates who align with our firm's core competencies so we can do a better job selecting individuals who will succeed at our firm,
Yeah.
which of course can include students from a variety of law schools with different grades, prior experiences, and personal backgrounds. For example, both an outgoing, collaborative attorney and a more reserved analytical one can both thrive. The power of assessment data lies in understanding how the different strengths show up in practice, not in hiring the same type of person, but in recognizing that different types of people can excel at a firm.
How is the assessment created and what do you look for when students are actually filling it out?
Sure. So, our assessment was developed based on the core competencies at our firm that define success at MoFo. When candidates complete the assessment, we're evaluating indicators of problem solving ability, collaboration, resilience, and other skills that make an attorney successful at MoFo. While technical skills are important, we're equally focused on how individuals navigate challenges and engage with others in a professional setting.
So a lot of firms are using assessments. In your mind, why are assessments an important part of the hiring process?
Sure. Yeah, it is definitely becoming more common in the industry, and assessments are crucial because they provide an objective measure of a candidate's potential to succeed. This way, we can make better informed hiring decisions that benefit both the candidate and the firm.
Great. So a law student is completing the assessment. What is your advice for a student who's actually going through the process, completing the assessment?
Sure. Um, my biggest two pieces of advice are to one, be authentic, answer the questions honestly, and be yourself. There is no wrong answer. This assessment is not made to trick you. It's really designed to understand who you are and how you think. And the second piece of advice is to take your time and stay calm. Carefully read the questions. I know many assessments are timed, so be mindful of the time allowed, but really carefully read the questions, consider your responses. So, rushed answers may not accurately reflect your abilities. Approach the assessment with confidence. To underscore, assessment data is additive to our process and can only help a candidate's application. Assessments are not a standalone decision-making tool either. I mean, for us, humans are the ones making these decisions about our candidates. That responsibility and honor will remain with the recruiters and the hiring partners and the hiring committees at our firm. And we welcome the additional data point to help us make those decisions.
That's fantastic. A lot of questions come up on this topic, so I'm really glad you're able to join us to answer some of these questions and help students throughout the process. Thank you, Nicole.
Yeah, thanks, Albert. Happy to.